Hi everyone, James here, back with another look inside the box. This time it's the Trumpeter 1/72 scale BAC Lightning F.1A / F.2. On the front there's a nice painting of the lightning taking off. Total parts is 72 pieces. Looking round on the side, there is 3 options. It's the RF 1971, 56 Squadron in 1962, and then the third scheme is 19 Squadron 1973. There is also brief history of the lightning. You get the instructions with the decals, and then the painting guide as a separate sheet. Decal and painting guide. These are the other extras I'm going to use for the project I'm doing. In a separate bag you have the clear parts and then one sprue sheet and a few more separate bags with the sprues of the aircraft in. So starting off with sprue sheet A, the fuselage halves, the main landing gear doors and some elevation flaps. The panel lines are recessed, some very nice detail. There is some quite nice rivet detail as well. Inside there's no cockpit walling detail, but there is for the landing gear doors. Sprue A. Next is C, the wings. Again, very nice rivet detail here, recessed panel lines. There is detail in the wheel well bays. Sprue C, the wings. Moving on to E is the ordnance cockpit and the landing gear. There's various other parts for the engines as well, and then the weapon pylons. sprue E. And single bag on its own. F1 is the rear fin. Again, there's some nice detail, recessed panel lines as well. And lastly, sprue G is the heat seekers, I think, and then the cockpit glass itself. There is no splits or cracks, no fogging, it's crystal clear. And I think for this they've moulded it in the clear so you could mask off the front and paint it all white. I think that's clear on the front. Next up is the decals for the 3 versions, as mentioned at the beginning. Very nice colours on them, no fading. The register is good, quite crisp. There is some sort of fogging to the decals, pretty much all of them. They're thin, it may rub off once you've applied the water and slid them off the backing paper. There is a fair amount of the commendator to add to the aircraft. That's the decals. And here's the marking and painting guide for the 3 versions. This side is for the commendator and each scheme main markings, where to place them with the roundels, and turning to the back of it is the 3 schemes, I believe. It is showing 2 sides of the same aircraft here. Suggested colours are Mr. Colour or the aqua hobby colour. And there's some more Mr. Colour and Mr. Hobby down below here also. Lastly is the instructions. To the front there is read before assembly with a side profile of the Lightning. Symbols used throughout the build process, and then in 2 languages, English and another language, is the decal application down the bottom. Opening the page is the sprue map, just in case you can't locate a part on the sprue, you refer to this to find it easier, with the decal sheet down the bottom also. As usual, you start off with the cockpit, steps 1, 2, 3, and then steps 4 through to step 6 is the front of the aircraft with the front wheel well bay. Step 7, sealing the two halves together with the front and the cockpit section. Steps 8, 9 and 10 is the assembly of the wings, left and right, and then 10, gluing the left and right wing together onto the fuselage, with the rear control surfaces also. 11 is gluing the assembly of the engine exhaust nozzles. 12 is adding those with the rear fin, the cockpit, and then some more detail to the front of the aircraft. 13 and 14 is the assembly of the landing gear. 15 is the assembly of the red top missiles and the fire streak. And then lastly, 16 is adding the armament, landing gear doors and the landing gear also. So that is the 1/72nd scale Trumpeter BAC Lightning F.1A/F.2. Thanks for watching.